I don't think you get the same kind of second chances versus Heroic, so it needs to be a strong beginning.
Really fast around here, though. Already out the mid. It's been 20 seconds on the round, and we're already in B. There's a lot of members there as well. Not a single member from Heroic actually coming through that B ramp area. Oh my god, I talked about it. You know, Cello needs to show up. That's a nice 3 kill from him right off the bat. Makes it a 2-on-2 situation now, though.
Julies from Danico. Danico, perhaps another X factor that can play into MIBR's favor. The new pickup. I mean, looking dangerous, but the Julies, I don't know if they can do it, man. Just running around, spamming the Julies is not going to really pan out for him in this.
Oh, that's lovely from Boltz. Danico as well, he's someone who's impressed us, but it's a slow start for him over here in middle. 0-4 currently. You know, first rifle round, he's already out of it, so not ideal. But we are into this 3-on-3 at least.
Which is very much what we see here from Mibr. The same thing there on the third man. If you don't come with, you obviously tend to just hold the flank instead. This is a good spot to be in here, though, if you're Heroic. We kind of know as well that Mibr doesn't have any utility left to try and retake this bomb site, so neither does Heroic. And normally for T's, then we tend to be a little bit more aggressive, but still a very bad spot to be in here if you're Mibr. Sure, you get the first one, but look at these positionings now. A little bit of a double bait here set up from the scaffolding area.
Yeah, playing it patient. Yell. Oh, that looked like it was on, actually. And that's surely, yeah, indeed. Shiz is like, I don't want any part of this now.
Yeah, but instead it's going to be, it's going to be a stack instead. Very quiet all over the map.
Oh, well, not quite anymore. You don't have to worry about that because Shuz has broken the silence, hasn't he? 3 kills from the short side, and this little partial buy from Mibr. Oh, it's been beautiful chaos over at the ramp side. Nico all alone. And that bomb even, you know, just being a little bit forward is kind of tenuous at best for him to go and get. He grabs it, still throwing all his utility in towards this A site. And he looks like he wants to commit, even knowing that this site is stacked. He's moving in, and there it is, right? Gets punished for it by Cello.
Progression. Borup going straight in there, looking to find those entry kills. Oh, Danico, he's brought out the shotty, and he's found himself 2. And that's not a bad start here. And he's caused problems. He's slowed Borup right down. He's going to have to try to deal with this. It's Danico's sandwich, but he might be able to make something of this. Jumping forward, caught by Katie in mid-air. But Yell's there as well to take down Borup, and it's a lot of trades back and forth there. And as the dust settles, we can see Storm has moved his way into that B site. He has forward position, now occupying the attention of Mibr, and the swing is going to work out on the trade for Boltz. Cadian by himself. What a crazy round so far. And it's over, with Mibr just barely holding on.
Force some expo peaks. And then potentially down with the fallback. Yeah, we see it here now. They're pushing into ramp, so mid-round aggression, but Heroic is ready for it. Great positioning.
Burn them all down. It's going to make life quite difficult. Yell here. No stranger to some Heroics himself, but unfortunately, may want to just try to keep this off into the next round at this point. Really don't know too much he can do here against 4 players. Get some kind of damage. He's got to be so careful there not to get caught off guard. Oh man, he really does not scared, is he?
But this is a good start so far. It is a little bit T-sided, obviously, this map, but 8-4 up. Economy is starting to build up a little bit, but probably not where you would have expected it to be, considering they're 8-4 and up, but we're back on the B train. I think that, I don't know if it's Cadian making these calls, but this is a wonderful call again here from Heroic. We see the tendency as well from Mibr, trying to offer that aggressive A play this time around, leaving only 1 player at B. It's still close though, 3-on-2 situation now. Bomb has not gone down yet, but Yell is now extremely low instead, 23 HP.
They're getting a lot of value out of the spray through the smoke there. Yell down very, very low. No utility really to retake except a single smoke. Let's see what they can do with it though. And just falling back, trying to get that info. The jump spots. Oh! 5 HP from Yell, and the distraction is so good. But SHC able to pick up 2. Storm gets the trade, but maybe there's been too much damage done at this point. The bomb's down on the ground. Nico's alone facing the full force of MIBR, and he has so many angles to worry about. You can see him having to check between both the side alley and the site itself, and Danico will finish him off with the MP. Looking pretty good actually at the moment here for MIBR on this start. You really want to see them have a way to get back into this one, make it competitive, and it's looking really competitive right now. Nico trying to get himself some love with the USP, although he will be denied. It's unrequited love. And Borup, I mean, these three remaining players are very low, but they are going to be able to play the bomb quite nicely here. Great stuff from Boltz, really abusing his position.
And that's actually the perfect call to make, right, as he's about to find out. Smoke's going down. I like this smoke, but it's always got gaps, right? It opens up this mid to B potential, and you can run this very, very quickly, but you do have to contend with those little gaps either side of the smoke, and the fact that MIBR aren't mindful of that has cost them dearly. They've lost these players pushing in through middle. They catch Tessez flanking. Now, that is a huge kill to find, because now options have reopened to MIBR. They don't actually have to commit to B anymore, and you already see this lone player for MIBR maybe given the opportunity to duck out of there. However, right now they are still fighting for this control. Yell in with 1, still looking like they're going to commit into B thanks to having Yell so deep in the bomb site. Cadian and Nico knocking on the door, however, already here, posted up. Cadian holding this tight little angle, trying to catch them crossing, but they jump over the top. That's smart from Cello to dodge this AWP.
Yeah, without any nades as well, it was looking very dangerous for MIBR. But just from jumping over the angle, gives them a chance here at least. 1-on-2 situation. Cadian with a nice little angle hold though, while Nico is clearing.
Borup jump shot in with the AWP, and I'm like, did he just jump shot them? No, it's down from top railing. And here are these ramp challenges that we're talking about, but this time it's taken to the extreme. They get all this control, all this information, and now they know, well, it's B because it's not A, so kind of narrows it down for you.
Yeah, I love that play from Heroic, just taking over map control again. Sure, they allow MIBR to just get the B bombs up, but look at the utility here from Heroic, a 4-on-2 situation as well. Nothing on the hands of MIBR other than AK armor. Very difficult after plant situation to be in. Taking their time, no rush. Close to half of the bomb timer is gone now, and now we start seeing the nades coming in. Yell gets flashed and he's Molotov away. Look at the positions they find themselves in. Has to hit headshots, and as I say that, Cello with 3 nice kills to make it a 4.
Huge round from Cello.
Comeback potential.
I think weirdly, there's not a kit, is there? Even though Cadian is $2,000, he saved that money. I'm never a fan of decisions like that on Vertigo. It feels like kits are one of the most important things you can have on this map, with how often rounds come down to retakes. And so not having that really can hamstring you. Won't matter too much because this is already looking very, very one-sided. Ooh, that's a nice catch. I was going to say, they shouldn't be ready for Cello, and yet Stown was.
So yeah, this gets really awkward all of a sudden.
And I just love that from Heroic. We mentioned it on A as well, but just the fact that they're continuously, you know, don't mind them taking these aggressive spots. You would never, I think that Stavin would be so close. Exactly, right? Like, Cello has been there already, you know, Stavin's taking that green position, gets another guy low, so he gets 2 kills, and SHZ is down to 16 HP. 2-on-2 situation now. Bomb's about to go down. There's 8 seconds left on the clock. Here's your window with the bomb going down. That's when I was talking about. You get the one on or 2-on-1 situation rather. But that's a bonkers shot from Yell onto Testis here.
Ooh, Nico. Yeah, gets stuck out there. They know where he is. They get him nailed down, but Testis has taken everything away. Has now support from Stown back here in CT as well. There's that annoying smoke that he's going to have to deal with, but there's a big gap in the right-hand side. So he's swinging in from Elevator. The wrap from Testis is good, and Heroic are on to 5th. Well, if that first half wasn't so one-sided, maybe there was a chance. Like that from Danico to keep the pace high, to keep the pressure applied to Heroic. Cadian not crumbling under the pressure, instead being molded into a real gem, a real diamond here. Has put it into the 2v1. It's all onto Cello with his CZ. Nice little tiger print, but he's going to have to roar to life in this one. Orb down to his left that he could look to grab. Trying to deny the victory to Heroic. Pressure's on, but he's gone silent.
Oh, very unfortunate for Cello. What a close round.
He didn't really try and bring up too many new players, and so then it was like too little too late when you were looking for those changes, those new players to bring into the spotlight. It feels like a lot of regions now are trying to get ahead of that by focusing, especially during online play, at bringing new people into the mix. But let's take a look at the pistol, because this game's underway now. We've actually spoken all the way through to this second map. This is a first for us. And,
and it's it happens.
Yeah, no, man, I like it. I think we could just chat for days, man, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, you know, can't fault anyone. We're all talkers over here. But I like it as well, right? I also think, you know, getting a chance to play under the MIBR brand, we have to remember that, you know, they also cover the Brazilian coverage in most of the cases, and they have a massive following. So, you know, right off the bat, as soon as you join the MIBR, you kind of tend to become a profile of sorts. And I think the problem that the Brazilian scene has had, obviously we've had 2 big teams, but I've always felt the Furia is the one team that kind of builds up the development pieces. So nice to see that we have both of these 2 teams doing the same. And maybe we're getting the bomb down here now, though. 4-on-3 situation. Boltz is low, though. Someone with some nades. A tough spot to be in still, though, if you're Heroic. Oh, especially after that. That was a nice shot by SHC.
That's why you get the P250, man.
More and more, I mean, I'm super bullish on it. I mean, it's $300, right? And especially on like a pistol, if you're Tia and you're talking like the long distance duels, like the Glocks will do a really good job in ensuring the close quarters, but having like a P250 just for works out though nonetheless, and still have with 2 players allowed, so a lot of money here. It's a nice little entry from Cadian though. It's going to be a fast round from MIBR, looking to get mid control fast at least. But with that instead, they don't clear the corner. It's a nice crossfire setup for Heroic here. Chaos ensues, but it's still a 3-on-2 situation with Yell being very low.
Oh. That's a gnarly little shot from Boltz, and that's delivered a 2-on-2, a very, very doable 2-on-2. Oh, I like this. Oh, I like that a lot. It's grimy, it's ratty, and that's what you need if you want to win this kind of round. This flank could do everything. Boltz, oh man, is he going to do it to them? They're not considering it at all. Oh, he misses the timing. Yell needs to stay alive. One's down in the pit with him. Uh-oh, he slipped the net. He's got it in, and Yell gets dropped, but there's so little time, and with the bomb planted where it is, it's not going to happen for Borup, is it? Boltz can just play around that bomb. Oh, the molly in the pit. It's like a Doja Molotov. Oh, that's so smart. Man, adding insult to it. And so this is where this decision to keep these players at T-Ramp can now really bail you out of like potentially walking into that stack, right? MIBR are going back because they've always held on to this map control. They're clearing out Banana. That's a nice boost to gimmick a 4-on-4. And that's going to reapply some pressure to MIBR. I think up until now, their plan was just to hit the B site. This is throwing a kind of element of doubt into the mix because you're worried that Heroic got that information from the boost. And so they're not going to commit to B. They actually go back up through mid and they send one man towards that B site alone in the form of Yell.
SHZ ready to strike here as the push comes in. He might get a great timing. See, Testis is worried about it. Actually repositions so that he can't get caught by this. perfectly timed repositioning onto the site. However, difficult to hold these spots for too long. We'll have to see though, because there's not too many numbers for the trade game. That is so important from Yell and SAC as well, taking down Tessus. They didn't even have to trade because nobody died. That's just so awesome. Sides is forced, and Heroic know it. They've got a decent enough setup, but they are all the way far back here. So if the entries go MIBR's way, of course, there's really no time for the rotation to do too much, as the site will be lost immediately. But that's a great start there. Double from Nico, taking down both Yell and Cello. But however, Danica's crept onto the site. He's causing problems here, but nothing that Borup cannot handle with the help of his teammates. And that's going to be the first Danish round on the board here for Heroic. To be now with the bomb with 20 seconds left. The rotation's coming, so they're going to go for a split through spawn. Oh my god, Tessus annihilates one half, and the other half is left to Storm, who does pretty much the same.
What a ballsy call from Mibr to make when there's so little time left. You're essentially just forced to just jump through arch.
The AWPer is over towards Library. Big skirmish over here at Banana, and it's left even early on in a 4-on-4.
Oh man. Gets a trade there as well. Now Heroic in a bad spot with 2 ops. Stavin is pretty aggressive down a Banana here though, which is why we see the rotate coming in from Borup here towards A. I like this play from Acadian as well. It is a 3-on-3, but you don't really know where you have him. And in typical Heroic fashion, as we saw in Vertigo, they do like to play a very aggressive. Stavin is already down in mid as well, essentially down in Banana.
Very nice, very nice. Able to now take their control of that B side. Acadian in a spot where he could try to do some damage with this AWP if he wanted to try to worsen the economy. Awful for Mibr, but through Porch. But 30 seconds to get the bomb planted now, and Boltz is still trying to claim space on Banana. Borup is not buying it though. He's actually going to peek for info. He sees that they're actually going to be committing A. He can find either a flank timing or, well, looks like that's what he's committing to. And in goes the committed push. They have no choice but to go on this. Cello will take down Tessus in the trade, but it's still looking pretty labored here. CT's in advantage. Loads more position, time. Look how patient Nico's playing. He can just rely on his teammates as well to help him out. And there's just too much here for MIBR to deal with. And that seals the deal for the end of the first half. Heroic do manage to
side. Got a tweet here talking about we talked a little bit about Yakindara and the Latvian scene, or that scene in general, and I got a tweet today, and there's a lot of talent up and coming based off of like level 10 facets and stuff like that. There's definitely a lot of Finland. I had no idea that he had over almost 600 players level 10. But nonetheless, it's a 4-on-3. It's a pistol round on the way, so I'll shut up about facet levels and players here for a second.
Look at that wine plants on the way, and that's not looking good for MIBR. They are in a terrible spot, of course. Totally isolated from one another, Boltz and Yell. Tess is already looking to backstab one, and he's not the only one. For some reason, we've got Acadian walking around. Fast pace, they're just going to go straight up mid. They still have the Mag 10s, makes a lot of sense. Looking for that arch play. Yell, great position, jumps up onto the chair. Traded though, that's a very big kill to find, and they're pushing into spawn. Their pace is blinding right now.
Oh my god, and that flashbang as well. I can't believe Boltz gets Acadian completely flashed. It's all falling apart here now from Heroic. We have to remember though, they had 3 SMGs, so it was a bit of a scrappy, fast round. But nonetheless, it's a great hold from Mibr, keeping 3 from Tessus. Went away real quick. Time to start cooking at home at this point. No more takeout. Because you are broke, sir. Nice entry. I really like this from Heroic. They do a lot of double boosts with the AWP. Getting some different angles as well. Obviously expecting potentially another AWP from Mibr holding the angle there. Does do a trade. Acadian is low, but a lot of map control is being given here now by Heroic and walking up to Archway. And based on timing, could find themselves here and just fighting the 2 guys. I'd argue here. MIBR's positioning here is really good. That's a great flash though, as I say that. And just because of that, Danica gets the kill though, but now they're searching the site.
Oof, the frags are really coming in nicely. SHC performing very well, even though that flash was perfect and probably saved 2 players. it seems like they were always destined to die in this one.
You know, this is a really nice put together comeback from Heroic. You got to complete it though. You got to get all the way there. And I always think coming back T-side is at least nice, knowing that you can leave Mibr in a rough place where every round feels like a 2-for-1. That's kind of where we're approaching. There is still one player down here at short who could make a difference, but as I say it, he's wiped out by Nico, who provides all the entries there along. Then get out of there. You know, you're not getting given that if you're Mibr at this point. This is a real brawl for this banana control. I don't know how Tessas gets out of there with a kill. Like going for 1-for-1, I think that's fine for him in that situation.
I think so, absolutely, right? Like, it's always an advantage here. You know, sure, Savin is low as well, but you just lose so much map control with being just 4 alive. It's always the one area that's going to be left. We see that from Mibr as well, leaving the B bomb site, or we're just about to. Depending on timing here now, Danico's going to have a lot of work cut out for him. They know where he is too, so in terms of just staying alive and being sneaky, that's not going to be the case. But we do have the other remaining Mibr players here already, so 2-on-2 situation.
Ooh. Oh, that nade is so close. Bounce the wrong way though. Storm will go down anyway. Boltz in the 1v1 doesn't know precisely where Cadian is, who does actually have to plant still. So Boltz didn't even necessarily have to go for it, but he knew that Cadian was on the side somewhere. Didn't want to allow him. It needs to be done here. Tessus and Storm walking through CT spawn, and he got Boltz who's covering for this. Oh my god! Knife.
Are we gonna see a knife? We don't see that many. We haven't seen that many knives here so far this event.
Surely not the knife at 11:14. Yeah, man. Gideon, yeah, like, while he is like this wild stallion, it's like, yeah, man. Now he plays it safe. There's still a player in B, but they're going to clear banana. Their backs a turn. Boltz. Oh, he might just tear it away from them with that double kill. Cadian having to rotate in. Oh no, that was the chance for Heroic. That was the opportunity. But they go clear banana, worried on the back of seeing someone so aggressive, right, in Cadian's POV. They go back to help him, and they end up getting shot in the back. God, this feels terrifying. Cadian's just strolling around like this is all fine. Yeah, CT peak comes in.
Reinvest in banana. Quite a bit of utility to, I think, convince them Mibr to rotate players back. And they are going to burst through this. I actually love this, but how many times has Chalo gotten value by just sitting in this smoke? Surely, if you've been watching their demos, surely you'd expect such shenanigans. He gets one at least, and gets all the info too.
Yeah, they were so quick on their rotates there as well from Mibr. Danico is already over at the B bomb site. We're trying to do a fake there with Nico a little bit, but Danico again with a good trade. They should know, well, they would know that he's here now, so at least they do get the bomb site, but it's a 2-on-3 situation. Bomb goes down, only a Molotov left on Cadian. Borup has a flashbang as well. Need this round, otherwise we're going to map number 3.
Yeah, and it's this post plant to end it. Cadian and Borup, the two to try and keep the dream alive for Heroic. Flash is going in, the Brazilians being fast on the approach, and they've already knocked one of them out. But oh, Borup, surprise 2K, there's the trade from Yell. And there's enough time for the defuse. He scares us a bit getting off of it, but there it is. Mibr, they lock in this map. Shot the dude posthumously or knifed him after.
Maybe
all in all, little overkill. So look at this, right? Pistol round underway. Look at Heroic go, man. Like the red arrows soaring in through mid. It's the Danes up through short side. And now in towards this B bomb site. But oh, the USPs, quick response. They get a man into jungle, but he's now kind of trapped behind enemy lines. How much usage are they going to be able to get out of Borup in this position? Especially if he ends up being one of the last players alive, which seems to be the case now. Actually, it is just Nico left in the server. He was over towards short. And man, Heroic just got melted. They ran into that looking confident, like they had an idea, like they had a plan, and everything got up. I don't really like New Cash, if I'm being honest. It feels like it emphasizes some of the things that, you know, oh, hang on a minute. I'll hold this thought. I'll hold this thought because we have a real skirmish in the apartments with these SMGs.
So
oh my God, they're running in with the enemy, man. Look at that, pack animals. They just
Chalo as well. So much tension here. Players in smokes. Oh, Storm gets the kill. That pulls Chalo away from Connector. Oh my god, Storm is just such a beast. He's done so much for Heroic in these.
Yeah, but you can tell there
maps.
as well, right? In terms of positioning, that's great. And this is really how you win rounds from Mirage on some occasions of, just someone landing a nice shot, you fork up the rotation a little bit. Cello goes down. Mibr had good positioning, but obviously with Yellow going down the way he did, forced people to get a move on here instead. And this is Heroic getting the Bay bomb site. It's going to be for free now as well, with Boltz and Danico saving their weapons. But it looks to be very much identical of the same round that Heroic's been doing 2 times in a row now. Worked out once for them. It worked out the second time. And that's nice. I mean, I think Heroic does a really good job on choking out the Mibr players here. I think one of the things that I saw that FaZe started doing a little bit more was that when they noticed that teams got mid control, they tried to take a ramp control instead. To kind of try and get an escape instead of just getting stuck on the bomb sites the way that we kind of saw Mibr just do. You are very much stuck once they come up in A ramp, Nectar, and potentially in Palace at the same time.
Oh no!
Oh dear.
That's unfortunate. 25 seconds left now, 2-on-2. Bomb still not planted though.
So very, very winnable position. Another tray, 1-for-1. Yeah, I would have liked to have been in a 2v1, but of course he, well, we won't talk about it. Caden faking the plant there. He only has so much time to do that, obviously. Now, likely be forced to go for the plant. He won't have time to fake it again, and that's information Yell knows. We can creep forward. Caden with the jump spot there. Doesn't realize how close Yell has become in his position, and he's going to manage to easily win the clutch. Nice timing from Yell. And
he's showing his teammates.
Yeah, he's
sorry. He's real sorry.
I'm so sorry, Boltz.
I hope it would have been cool.
Default first, you take over mid. You can always fall back, but Heroic seems to have other idea in mind.
Wow. Pick straight away there in the Palace position. Caden gets one as well. This was a terrible buy from Mibr. They really didn't have too much money to work with.
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused about the buy as well. We talk about utility a lot. Sure, could be said maybe Mirage less important than their sites. Done some good calls in terms of reads. Haven't been overly aggressive in taking map control. Little Palace play here from Heroic. This might come back to haunt Mibr. This is the first time we see that. As I say, though, Cello, 2 nice kills there from him. 4-on-3 situation now, causing Heroic to kind of just stop for a second. Caden can't go out by himself. He has the bomb by himself, waiting really for Tessus here to make a play.
Oh no, he's shot. This is wild, man. They have Tessus trapped. There it is, right? Finally, they swing onto him. So it is just Caden left in this 1v3. Bombs down at the very, very least. That gives him a little more stake in this one. He's got the AWP as well. All these players coming from mid and jungle. Flash is real good. Caden's blinded from it, and this now leaves him staring into the wall, waiting for the push. Missed shot the first time around. Oh, through the smoke, he does claim the life of one. Bomb ticking away. Cadian still wasting time. This is expert use of the clock, but the nade out. Oh my word! And it looks like he's done it somehow, some way. Cadian
hoping that maybe Cadian gets a kill. And we've seen this again and again from Mibr, opting a little bit more towards the 3, towards B. That's a nice entry though for Cadian. Gets Boltz, but then all of a sudden it gets flipped back into a 4-on-3 now. He has 3 spots Danico, so they do have control of the truck, but that's about it. There's still 2 Mibr members here on this B bomb side ready to fight for it.
Oh, well, no, not for long, actually, as it turns out. There's now just one, and it's Cello with another one of these smoke hides, man. He loves doing this, does Cello. Now, will he get away with murder again? Making a murderer, this is it? No, okay, it's actually Cadian to snuff him out.
No, Heroic. Very good at the moment. It's a fast B play here, though.
There it is, Cadian doing what he can. A quick double is nice before they even get onto the site. Always what you want to see. Borup in the pillar position, trying to see if he can just delay, but he can't. The issue is forced. Tessus now forcing the issue himself. Out the window, out into the open arms of 3, loving him.
Flashbangs, hoping to maybe just explode over to that B bomb side here.
That is a brutal nade, isn't it? They try and go on the back of it, but they are the walking wounded already. Oh, the utility gets worse. How does it get worse from that? The nade does so much, and then the molly to follow up. And now Borum's waiting, man. He's rubbing his hands together thinking, well, you know, everyone else has had a little go of the action. Let me have my turn. And they actually leave him. They actually leave him out completely. So sad moment for Borum, right? Was getting ready for his big spray down. Not giving it, of course. Mibr taking it nice and slowly. But with just this one AK to fall back on, you know, you can't really expect too much to come of it. Let's see what they do get away with. They try to pressure mid. They spot the players at Cat. They know that there's a lot of bodies here in middle. But for Mibr, it tells me they're not thinking about winning this round anymore. At the very, very least, you know you've forced players into mid. You've just seen 2 on Catwalk. It's this aggro in the top mid that spots the bomb. That I hope just forces it to go back into B. Honestly, B is their best shot at this point in time. Like, you've actually got only one player inside of the site. And with them not winning that fight, yeah, it's all said and done. It's all clean.
And there is an AUG at least on Cadian. But they're both situated over at the B-bomb site. It's really only Tessus that's holding a very defensive angle here. Is CT spawn by Ticket. This should be an Mibr round, but never say never. There you go. Gets the read now as well, though, from Boltz. He gets the first, but yeah, here we go. Now it's just all up to Tessus. Not gonna happen. A lot of money towards B, and now that we think about all 3 maps, Mibr hasn't done a lot of fakes. They've been really going to kind of where they've been showing themselves. So with them doing that execute and showing themselves a little bit on towards A, that's when you saw all 5 heroic members just leaving the B bombs right off the bat. It's not going to be a winnable round here for SHZ. He does get 1 kill though. After
been faking, they haven't really conditioned heroic at all on this T side, and so it does feel like a real uphill battle right now. Cello, one man who maybe could make a difference, is already out of the round, and there's even more where that came from. That's brutal, man. It's already over before it's even begun at this B site. Cadian even wrapping in through lower just to seal the deal.
With the help slow, they've wanted to play rounds on their default. The fact that they have lax nades and the AWP is, you know, it's not good. And beautiful, beautiful spot there from Yell. Actually catches Cadian going really aggressive with your better angle for Yell. Cadian not expecting that. And that's a great way to start off the round. It may be Heroic doubling down, though, in their mid-efforts, because they still have presence here. Storm is still on the peak, has to fall back to the flash. Tess is close on the connector. He's going to swing for this one. Oh, we can't get the frag. That's huge. Although there is the nade follow-up from Storm from Cat to finish off the weakened SHC. Still the battle over mid here. And Mibr, they don't have to commit into mid at this point. They have a 4 versus 3. They could always reset out of mid if they wanted to, given how much time is on the clock.
Yeah, and that was a nice setup there. We talked about Yell with the AWP. He gets the first 2 kills here. No armor still, Glasscan. Hasn't lost an ounce of life yet, though. We'll see. It's very slow and steady. Boltz is still just holding this A push potential. But based on the fact that he's not moving, it is looking very likely that they're going to try and get their way into connector. But they have not spotted Borup. Just gets the 1, though. Still a 3-on-2 situation with really only Stouden here. And the timing, obviously.
I thought you would have seen him there, but... Oh, there we go. He goes back for it. And now pushing the smoke. Tess says, that's it, man. They get it done. Heroic. Take it over the line.